Worms are continually eating your flesh, and there is no quench for your thirst. It's going to be easy to say, man, I really love Jesus. It's going to be easy in heaven when there's no temptation, there's no McDonald's, there's no drugs, there's no drug dealers, there's no temptation, there's no man or woman, there's no adultery, there's no abuse. It's going to be really easy to say, man, I'm really liking this heaven thing. But the moment that the devil is released, I believe that God says, you know what, I want to make sure that you choose me through hell or high water. I want to make sure that you choose me no matter. God loves this kind of stuff. I love this. I love thinking that I'm the winner. I love thinking that I won. I love thinking that I'm the best. I love thinking that of all the men in the world, she chose me. I love believing that out of all of the lines that were laid down, she picked up my line. That out of all the looks that she's ever got, she liked my look the best. I won. I took it. And then you walk around with a pride, like no matter what, she gonna choose me. And in her eyes, I'm 6'4", and in her eyes, I got 2% body fat. In her eyes, I don't know if that's true, what her eyes say, but I mean, that's how I feel, amen? And I believe that God likes that. I'm almost done. So date night, right? So loving God here on earth is the purest form of love that we could ever offer to God. Loving him here on earth is the purest form of love we could ever offer to God. Because we love him, because we love him. That's it. We can't see him. We can't hear him. We can't, all these fleshly things. He didn't call me on the phone. I'm going by faith here and not by sight and all these things. And I simply love God because I love him. And as the enemy is in competition for my attention, as the enemy is in competition for my love, as the enemy is in competition for my loyalty, I still choose to love and be loyal for my God. That's the purest form of love. The purest form of love is when my wife goes out into the world and she still comes home to me. That's the purest form of love. Let me tell you something. It's not really that special if I'm the only man alive. That's funny, right? She's like, I chose you. I'm like, yeah, there ain't nobody else to choose, man. But when there are more than one choice and she still chooses me, it makes it special. So when we're here on earth, so here's what I'm telling you, and this is the point that I'm trying to make here. The point that I want you to know then is that when you're here on earth and you choose to be in love with God, that pleases him more than the love that is already in heaven. That pleases him more than the false love that is being cried out from hell. That is more than anything. That's why in any time, in any book, in any Bible, in any prophet, in any story, in every scenario from Genesis to Revelation, God will always give you a choice to not love him. God will always give you a choice to reject him, to walk away from him. That's why that verse in James is so important, that God says, I will never tempt you. Because if I tempt you, then you're going to say the only reason that I'm in love with God is because he tempted me, is because he tricked me, is because he promised me something. No. That's why the author of the song says, if heaven was never promised to me, it's been worth just having the Lord in my life. I don't need a heaven to be in love with God. I don't need streets of gold to be. I can't even see him, to tell you the truth. I can't even comprehend in my puny little brain how great heaven's going to be. But in my faith, I'm in love with my God. And being in love with my God at this point is the purest form of love in all of creation. The Bible talks about 7 heavens. That there are 7 heavens. Some believe that the stars you see, that's the first heaven. On the other side of the stars that you can't see is the second heaven. John tells us about the third heaven. And in all of the heavens and in all of the earth, the purest form of love is that which you give him today. because you give it to him in spite of the choice. You give him your love in spite of the temptation. You give him your love even though you can choose another way or direction. Can you say amen? So, date night. So coming to church is like date night. It's like I love God all week long. I love him anyway. I love him in my worst. I love him in my best. I love him in the good times. I love him in the bad times. But on Sunday is date night. On Sunday, it's an opportunity for me to show up and show off my relationship with the Lord, Heavenly Father. It's an opportunity for me to get up and do something extra, do something special. Sometimes Missy ride me and she'd be like, did you pray? Are you praying? Did you pray? I need you to pray. Make sure you pray. And I'm like, honey, I'm meditating. During commercials. I'm meditating. But on date night, see, it's an extra moment, an extra time that I can go out and say, you know what, honey, I did all this for you. I'm going to look only into your eyes. I'm going to spoil you. I'm going to put the good gas in when we leave. I'm going to make sure that the car is clean when you get in it. When we get there, I'm going to open your door for you. And I'm going to go in there. I'm going to pull your chair out and say, baby, order anything you want on the menu. Whatever you want, baby. Yeah, we order. I'm in love with you. I'm going to show you off. I want to take you into public, and I want to show the world who I'm. So church is like date night, right? I want to show off my relationship with Jesus Christ. I want to get in here and get in public and say, you know how good it is. You know, you ever been on a date and you look over, you see someone else on a date, you be like, it's date night. You know you wouldn't do that any normal day. You wouldn't order that on a normal day. Bishop, play something. We're going to get ready to close. Loving God right now is the purest form of love. When you get to heaven and there's no competition for his love, it's going to be very easy. But here on earth, there's a song that Amy Grant wrote. In that song, she says, you know what, there's some things that are better than hallelujah. Like a drunk is crying out to God. Or a sick child crying out to God. Or a mother with her sick child and they're both crying out to God. You know why Jesus loves the alcoholic and the drug addict? Because he knows that every cell in their body is screaming out for those drugs, is screaming out for that alcohol, screaming out for that, and yet they say, Lord, I love you more. I love you because I want to be sober today, and with your help I can be sober tomorrow, and with your help I can be sober for that week and the week after. And when God comes down and sees that you love him even more than your addiction, it begins to move him in a way that it doesn't move him in any other situation. When you're struggling, you're fighting, you're hurting, you're angry, you're sad, and yet you still say, Lord, I love you. And I don't care what my circumstances are. I made a vow, and I'm going to love you. There's something special about that moment. There's something special about that time when no matter what life throws at us, we allow the purest form of love to come out. Anyway, I hope you get it. It was a short version, but I need to pray. I need to pray because there's some people that need a healing today. Hallelujah. Sister Victoria's grandfather is in the hospital right now. Heart attack, right?